Also, want to introduce our 2026 NFL Hall of Fame class. We got Roger Craig, old school. He waited 30 years. Wow. What 30 years to get in. Obviously, Drew Brees, your Heisman finalist
Yes, sir.
partner. You got Adam Vinatieri. Is Adam Vinatieri the first kicker to ever get in the Hall of Fame?
No, sir. I cannot remember the top of my head who else is in it, but it's not. He's not the first. No.
Then we got, of course, uh, Luke Kuechly, linebacker. He's one of the youngest to get in. And then we got Larry Fitzgerald, Mr. Consistency, with a gold jacket. I mean, I don't have much to say in regards to them. Great job, great career. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. They obviously coming in the same year with a bit of controversy. Because
That's right.
as great as all of them are, Vinatieri would not be it would not be in the Hall of Fame if it wasn't for Bill Belichick. And
That's right.
but other than that, what can we say? Well deserved.
Yeah, well deserved. And when you look at Roger Craig, that's voter from Kansas City, the Kansas City Star, and he said the reason he's the only one that came out and said that the reason why he didn't pick Tom Brady on his ballot, number one
Bill
was,
Belichick.
excuse me, Bill Belichick on his ballot. Number one is because he wanted those guys with the last opportunity to get in. So he wanted to vote those guys in. And he was thinking all those other coaches or all those other voters and writers were going to do the right thing. And he had no idea that Bill Belichick would not get in. But shout out to Roger Craig, 30 years and running. After the induction speak and after this year, nothing's going to come up about 30 years, waiting 30 years. He's going to wear that gold jacket with pride, and he probably shed tear when they knocked on his door and they presented him with the jacket. And
Oh, you
I
haven't
really
seen
agree.
it. You haven't seen the video when they knocked on his door.
Not his door. I didn't see
Oh
his door. I'm
man.
sure it's something special. I'm sure it's
Oh
something
man.
special.
I'm gonna have to send
Yeah.
that one to you because he didn't even know. They knocked on his door and I think he didn't even know. He thought he was his old teammates. I think it was Ronnie Lott and I'm not sure who the other player was.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
just happy to see them and he didn't know it when they told him like, yeah, you get in the Hall of Fame. He's like, what? He's like, man.
My
Yeah,
God, and
you
he was
gotta.
the real. He was the first one, Vaughn. I don't know if you remember watching him play that much, but he was the first guy that were, you know, one of the first guys that were 1,000 yard rushing and 1,000 yard receiving, high knees. I mean, you had to be if you were in the way of his high step or his high knees. I mean, you would get a concussion trying to tackle him. I remember him very, very well, and a Super Bowl champion. I think maybe 3 times Super Bowl
Three, yeah,
champion.
he is a three-time.
Mm.
That's why I said what took him so long.
Well, again, I mean, sometimes those ballots are stacked. Sometimes those ballots are stacked, and when guys come out every year, like they come out every year, you're gonna have to give those guys their due. What I mean by that is that there was no doubt that Drew Brees was gonna get in. There's no doubt that Larry Fitzgerald was going to get in on his first ballot. So next year is going to be the same thing when you pushing guys like Reggie Wayne and you pushing guys like Terry Holt that deserve to be in. It's hard. It's hard. I mean, because the first ballot in the voting, they seem most deserving, and then they're thinking about also revamping the way the process goes and the rules that are written and the protocols to go by. So yeah, it's tough because you know the automatics, and even next year, even Luke Kuechly, I didn't realize it was his second year in the ballot. I thought he was the first ballot Hall of Famer, but
Yeah, I
sometimes
thought
it's
he
just the
was
ballot
somewhat
can get a
of a
little bit
first.
stacked.
I thought he was first ballot as well. Luke Kuechly ended it early. The fact that
Yes.
I'm trying to see if I can Okay, yep. Let's see this right here. A second. This was the reaction. Look, he still don't know.
Welcome to the 2026 Hall of Fame, bro! these guys help me out all the time. So being in the Hall of Fame with them, I'm so amazed.
So that one got cut short, but so they was coming to knock on his door, and
So when he hugged Ronnie Lott the first time, he was just hugging him because I hadn't seen my brother in a long time.
They got popped up at his house, so he opened the door before they even knocked on the door, and he just happy to see them. And then when they telling him, he's like, "What? Like, get out of here!" So he didn't even realize that's when he probably was putting it all together. But after waiting that long, you probably think like, "Man, my time gonna ran out." But yeah, so that definitely was a special moment. I'm glad that they was able to capture that one. And what about even Randy Moss was the one that introduced it to Larry Fitzgerald, and Larry Fitzgerald used to be the ball boy for the Vikings.
Right.
And they said something about Randy Moss gave Larry Fitzgerald his car to drive to prom.
Oh, absolutely. That's true. And I don't know if Larry Fitzgerald actually told the story or Randy Moss, but they knew that Minnesota Vikings team, Chris Carter and the late, great Dennis Green, the head coach, they knew that Larry Fitzgerald had hands like nobody's business. And you've heard me tell you this stat about Larry Fitzgerald, and I don't mind telling it again. You might have remembered it. Larry Fitzgerald in his career has more tackles than drop passes. In his entire career, he has more tackles than drop passes. And a lot of people say, how could that happen? Well, he played with a lot of quarterbacks and threw a lot of interceptions.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, well, that mean you played a long time.
Well, you played a long time, but still as a wide receiver, you shouldn't have that many tackles.
Yeah. Yeah, you think about, he was the one, the legendary James Harrison run. He ran James Harrison down, but he still scored for that.
He still scored.
He tried to run him down for sure. One more quick sports short I got for you.